Hi guys, we're back with another video today. As you know, the last video we did, we had our friend Katie Oskin from Cater's Acres here, and she made really cool pods. In fact, Donna is wearing a necklace. I don't know if you can see it. We'll show you up close a little bit later, where we used one of the pods that she made in the video, and we combined also the little flower that she gave me. And we combined it with all kinds of little elements that you can get at bsuboutiques.com, because you know that's where we got the good stuff. And one of the things that I like most about our site is that you can find a lot of really unexpected elements, little things that you may not have realized were there, and it really pulls your look together. And
I don't know if I'm interrupting, but I love your earrings, but that's not usually what you wear because they're kind of don't match. But I would do that. But
no, they don't match, and there's a reason.
Okay, all right.
For a long time, people, which one is it?
This one.
This one. I made a pair of earrings like this 12, 13 years ago.
I would wear this totally.
And people have been asking me to show how to do this for a long, long time, and I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Well, today this is a pod style, so we're going to make this earring. And then this one in my other ear is also another pod style, and we're going to make this and show some options with it using our components. It's so simple. It's so fun. And all I can say is, let's get to it because I don't want to run out of time. So get on over here, and we'll show you how to do this. And I'll also show you this necklace that I'm wearing too later, which is another whole subject. But anyway, so let me shut up and let's get started. So getting back to the pod thing again, this is the pod that Katie made in the last video that we did for Bisa Boutiques. And this is a little one that she gave me, and she's in fact going to come back in a couple of weeks and talk to us about stuff like this. But it just shows how that you can take polymer clay and you can blend it with the things from bsuboutiques.com for a really cool bohemian vibe. If you like boho style jewelry, old world looks, antique vintage type jewelry, you can really achieve that with the things that we have there. Just these little argyle beads here, and the long head pins which we loop and swirl, the spectra beads which are so inexpensive and you get a lot for your money, the little jet black rondelles with the crystal AB, that really adds a lot to that Japan black with the crystal rondelles, bead link chain, all these things really, by themselves they're fun, but when you put it all together and you blend it, it really is cool. And then I'm going to take this necklace off because I promised everybody, we have a new group now. We still have the Bisa Boutiques creative group, and it's still going strong, and it always will. But we have another auxiliary group now called Bohemian Vibe, and it is in conjunction with my friend Christy Friesen, as you know, came here and we did a workshop about, I don't know, it was a month or two ago, month and a half.
Yeah, more like 2.
Yeah. And we have a group now. It's a very select group with a very select purpose, and we are combining metals, glass beads, and stuff like that with polymer clay. And this is what I made for our first challenge. Our first challenge is to make a face. And that doesn't mean make a face with you. It means make a face out of polymer clay, which you can mold or you can sculpt. Now, I have never done it before, so this is my first one, and this is from a mold that I made with this product, Amazing Mold Putty. I made a mold out of an old French stamping that I had, cut it back, made hair for her, put rhinestones in it, made this backing with my trusty vintage cookie cutter that I love, and stamped it, and then I put it together with pearl chain, vintage pearl chain that we have at the site. It's only $1 a foot, and some raw brass bead link chains, some old buttons, some little pearl danglies, some old beads I had, an old clasp I had, and an asymmetric dangle that goes down the side. And I am really kind of happy with how she came out, given as how I've never made a face before. And then I thought maybe I'd try and sculpt one. So this is what I made. And it's horrible.
looks like
It's horrible. But I did find out that I really respect sculptors. Because this looks so bad, but you don't know how hard a time I had even getting to this level. And I was using tutorials from, is it Sarah Jane Helm, who's really, really good at it, and she makes it so plain, but I obviously have a long way to go.
You should have started off with a Gumby.
Yeah, Gumby face. Well, this kind of looks like Easter Island, only fat. I don't know. Anyway, we'll put that aside. What we're doing here today is we're going to do the pods. I'm going to show you this up front. This is the metal.
I love these. You can't imagine.
Metal earrings. I'll put her
words.
aside. Here's another one. And there's a lot of different ways you could go with this one. And then here's one with the polymer clay bead in the middle of it. So you can use these for charms, you can use these for pendants, you can use these for earrings, whatever. But we're going to try to get all three of these styles into this video. So grab a sandwich real quick, pause the video, whatever, because we want to show you how to do this all, and we do have item numbers for you as well. So come back with us and we will show you how to do it. Okay, so once again, as far as tools goes, very, very simple. All you need is a needle nose pliers, your flush cutters, and if you don't have any of these yet, please come to our site and buy ours because you're not going to regret it. They're as good as the real expensive ones, and they cost 18 bucks. No kidding. Xuron brand. Very, very good pliers, flush cutters, and you need good flush cutters. Do not go to the craft store and buy those there because I'm sorry, guys, they're going to last you about 2 weeks, and they cut terrible. You know, 18 bucks is cheap for a pair of cutters. Get a good pair. Okay, and then my little flat nose. That's all you need. Okay, so let's get on it. We're going to make this. So first what we have to do to reprise this is we have to make the bottom dangle. So I have it already made. I have a curly-cued, spiraled head pin here. The brass ox ones, the long ones from our site that are like 3 inches. They're not head pins, they're eye pins from our site. You get that, and then we'll just start threading things on. The first thing is this bead. And now I have to get it apart from here. Okay. I'll thread this one on. And you have to watch you don't go through the filigree holes. You have to get through the right holes for it. It'll be all wonky and weird for you. Okay, so I put this one on.
Do you want me to say the numbers, or do you want to?
Yeah, if you can find them on there.
I can. I'll just stand right here.
Okay, so go ahead and find the number on that.
This is
Brock's 07196. Okay,
yeah.
So this is what you need first. And then we have this feathery leafy one that goes on next. Try to get my hands out of the way. Everybody be nice to me today. I have not had the best day, so, you know, my voice is a little bit weak, and I'm doing my best here.
That's cap.
That's cap 0782. Okay, so now you can see that's really hanging out there kind of weird. You don't want that. That's going to get caught in clothing, hair, you name it. So we just use our fingers, and we just press that down. Okay?
I love that. I wouldn't.
Now just press it down. Just press it down. And I press it down a little bit weird, so I don't want to take all their time today doing a long video, even though YouTube will let me go out for as long as an hour, I think. I don't want to do that. Take Javi too long to edit. So anyway, goes down over that, so you can see how I press it down over there. You getting that, Javi? Pretty good. She says yes, she is. Okay, now I have a little vitriol bead here that I'm going to use. And I'm going to thread that on. And we have these in the glass bead section. It's just a little old Czech bicone in vitriol. And then...
This one is cap 08084.
This is cap 08084. And it's just like a little flower. Look. See? It's like a little flower. I don't know if you guys see that. We don't zoom too much, Javi, because we know what happens. Okay, so now I'm going to thread that one on. Okay, so now I have my bottom, just the same as this one. I'll get my hand out of the way so you can see. I'm doing my best here.
You're doing well.
Okay, so now I have to roll the top. So now I'm going to take my round nose pliers, And I'm going to try to go the same way as my spiral, so that means I'm going to bend it this way, break the neck this way, back, loop it, cross its legs, go across like this. You guys all know how to do this by now.
No, but it's fun to watch.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Donna. And now I'm going to wrap it, just a few wraps, not too many. Nice and tight, so it goes down over that spiral. Because you got to get everything just the same length, like the same size of a loop and all that, because what will happen, it will affect the length of your earrings, so that you'll have one earring that ends up being longer than the other one. It looks like we're pretty good with that. So you can see what I did. I've got the bottom now, okay? This pair is the most complicated one, because there's so much to it. They're really long, they're shoulder dusters. You wouldn't have to put this bottom part on, you could just do to here. But now I'm going to go ahead and do the next part, which is this middle section, okay? So now I just need a regular eye pin, and we have these at the site in the extra long size. First thing I'm going to thread on is an acorn bead cap. These are very, very popular at our site. We have them in virtually every color. Do you have it?
I have it right here.
It's cap 03461. Cap 03461. So I put that on first. And then I have this pear-shaped filigree bead. You can see this. It's Brox 01471. BROX 01471.
Is that the right one?
Yes,
yeah.
it is. So I'm going to throw that. And again, you have to watch that you get it threaded through the holes that are appropriate and not through the filigree, because it'll be off center for you. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is take this tulip bead, which again, these are very, very popular at the site. We have plenty of the brass ox ones in stock. It's BROX 08938. Brox 08938. So that goes on next. And just push it down over. So it kind of hides it, but just lets it peek out a little bit, okay? And then we do another acorn cap. And then I have a spectra bead in the kind of mocha brown that goes on there. And now I'm going to do another one of those flower caps. And then I have out of my little box here another little tiny round bead cap. It's almost like bead he-she. You probably find that in design elements section or the metal bead section of the site. We have a lot of stuff like this. You probably never even saw it. Okay, so now we need to wrap that. So, I'm looking to see what I did. Okay, good. Okay, so now we're going to wrap that. And
These
again,
details make for a very rich
same
looking
way as this,
design.
yeah. And our brass ox is really special because we have a special black antique put over the top of it that's permanent. You don't have to clean it like, you know, like it's going to tarnish more or something. It's like the antique look built into it. And it really has a lot more definition than a lot of the brass oxes out on the market. And it's nickel free. Yeah, I've used other platers in the past because, you know, I've been in this business for 27 years, so I know a little bit about plating business. And I think this is the best brass ox that you're going to find anywhere. And it's reasonable. Okay, so now I have the next section. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and I'm going to attach this to this, my bottom section. And because I'm going fast, you know, it may not be the most perfect pair of earrings I ever made, but it's about getting you the idea and the basic technique, and then, you know, of course, you adjust it later because we only have so much time together here, you know. You want to go work on it. You don't want to sit here all day listening to me.
I do.
Well, maybe you do, but I don't think they do. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to attach my toggle bottom. Okay, so again, I'm going to take a little 6mm brass jump. These are 18 gauge, very, very nice mid-weight jumps. And I'm going to go ahead and put that on there. And there we go. Now, to get the top to hang right, we need to put 2 of these on. I don't like to just open the little aglet at the bottom and hang because it weakens it. A lot of times there's a slit there and you could do it, but I don't like doing that. It weakens your earring. Trying to keep my fingers out.
Brenda. These details that you
Yeah, it's better if you don't.
Yeah.
Of course, it'll make your earring hang a little longer. And there are times I do it, but in this case, especially because it's a heavier earring, you know, it's not heavy, but there's more to it. It could cause. I just don't
I
want
think it
to
looks nicer.
compromise it.
Anything.
Okay, so now I forgot one thing. Okay, no, I didn't. Okay, so now on this, no, it's the first one. Sorry, guys. I just got to do it. I'm very visual. Okay, which one is it? It's the top one. Yes, it's the top one. Okay, so I'm going to put one little red bead, and you don't have to do this. I just do it. I like to get a pop of color in there. If I've got a little place to put something extra, I do. Okay, so now I'm going to put that on there. So that's on like that. So you can make little pairs of earrings like that, just putting a jump ring through and little dangles, right? There's lots of ideas here. Okay, now let me make sure I've got that put together right, because it looks a little bit wonky. Oh yeah, that's not together good at all. I need to adjust that. Okay, that's better. Okay, now I'm going to put my last one. Now I have to go between these 2 beads, or they'll both hang to one side. So now I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to put my hoop on. Now, the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you how it goes together. In my original design, you could take the bottom off, and you could still do that if that's what you want to do. But I think you would have a more secure earring if you were to wire that piece on. This is hanging a little wonky. Well, like I say, I'll make adjustments later. This is just a little bit of pushing, and I'll get that straightened out. Okay, so that's what I did with this one. As you'll see, I wired that onto there. And you know what I did to wire it? I'm going to show you. Now, here will be the trick, because you know when you make earrings, you want them to mirror. So I want this going up this way and this going up this way, so that they're exact opposite. So now I have to make sure that I can get that on there the same way as I did this, so it looks like a match. So once again, I have a coiled head pin, and if I can do this on camera after the day I've had, it's going to be something awesome. Now I want to get it at the same angle, and this is where you're going to have to fuss with it, and on camera I may not get it just right, okay? That's where you fuss with it. So I'm going to thread this through. I'm bending it, holding it on there. When you know it, somebody's trying to come here. Not now, people. I've got to sign up. We're doing video. Okay. So now I'm wrapping it. Sorry for the distraction, guys. You come first right now. Probably somebody wants to buy flowers. We don't sell flowers. Okay, so I'm pulling it through and I'm wrapping it again. And I'm not getting it quite as perfect nice as I did the last time, but see, once again, the main thing is to get the angle about the same and to get it secure, and so that it looks basically the same. Oh, Jordan went out to talk to him. That's good. Okay. Yeah, we put signs up to tell people that we video on Fridays, but they don't always understand. Okay, so I've got it on there pretty much at the same angle. Now, after this video's over, I'll tweak this and I'll make it a little bit better. But you guys kind of see what I've tried to do there, okay? And then what I want to do is I want to take this loop here and I want to bend it down in, okay. Okay, and then let's see, I want to get this to stick out a little bit farther on this end.
Do you think, Brenda, that those would really have a problem staying on? Do you think they should be wired?
Yeah, I kind of do, because I remember the way that they were when I made them before, and someone bought them and no one ever complained. But I think with these being as long as they are, they might be okay.
I was thinking the weight alone might keep them.
Maybe you can try it.
I don't know. I'm gonna try it.
You know, try it both ways. Try it with the rod. I mean, not wiring it on will definitely make it easier job for you. And you can see now I want to tuck this in because we don't want anything jagging anybody. So I'm just going to tuck that right in there. Okay. And of course, it's not perfectly the same. I have to fuss with this after the video is over, but it's not going to be hard to fix, but you've got the basic idea. So now what I'm going to do is I need a little jump ring to add that extra little pop of color to balance it. And I'm going to take 3 little beads that I've already wired, and I'm going to hang them through this hole and close it. And now I have a matching pair of earrings. Okay, as you can see, this one's sticking out longer than this one, so I do have to tweak it and fix it a little bit. But everything else is basically the same, and they hang the same length, but you always want to, let me get my hand out of there. You always want to go for that. I'll have some pictures of this on the Facebook group, on the creative group. Bisa Boutique's creative group at Facebook. Come join us by all means. If you're a jewelry maker in the mixed media style and you like brass stampings and you like Bisa Boutiques, please come and join us there. So I'll have these on there after I fix them up, maybe. Or maybe I'll do a before and after shot. See, I see this here.
But that
needs a little bit of tweaking, you know. It needs a little bit of tweaking.
Because anybody that makes those are going to have to tweak
them.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm trying to do this fast to show you quick. So anyway, so we're going to lay these aside for now.
I just love them.
And now I'm going to show you this pod earring, and there's different variations with this. Now this would actually make a very nice pendant rather than an earring. And for some people they might say, well, you know, this chunky part I'm not so crazy about, but I'm going to show you where your options are, okay? So here's what you do first. And I thought I had one done already, but I must have taken it and used it. So we're going to have to make the little spiral loop at the end, because I don't have head pins in this length, so I always have to make it like a little head pin type finial, which is the spiral. And it's kind of getting to be my signature thing. I do it a lot, so it works out. It's good. Okay, but you got to get it just right, because I'm going to put a little bead there, and I don't want it hanging wonky. So, anyways, let me pull this over. Okay, so now I need a little bead from there. What did I use? I used this corrugated bead here, which again you'll find at the website. And then I used this filigree bead. I don't know, Donna, can you find the SKU for this filigree bead? There's probably on the other page.
Yeah, it's on the other page.
Oh, I've got some sticking in it.
I can't see it.
It's cap
It might be this
03462. Cap 03462. I'll put that on there. Then I have this vintage plastic red bead. It's like cherry red. I put that on there like that. Okay. Now, here's the trick. I have this little X-shaped filigree. This is meant so you could hang it. We do not need this part. So I'm going to clip it off, and I'm going to clip it down here. So you won't see me clip it probably, but I don't want that getting in anybody's eyes. And then I have to take and file that just real quick. And that is Brock's 0539. You could take a little bit of real fine steel wool over that real quick, and that would get it for you real good and fast too. Because you don't want this to be rough. Let me feel over that. Yeah, it's doing pretty good now. Okay, now this has to be manipulated, okay? So we're going to use our bending method. I'm trying to keep my fingers out of the way as much as I can, but you've seen me bend filigree before, so I'm going to bend it this way, and we're going to bend it this way. Now, sometimes on our website, we have lampshade bead caps that are this size, and they're actually even made from the stamping. But unfortunately, we're out of them right now, so all we have are these flat filigree. So that's okay, it's a learning process for you, but you can see what I've done is I've made a lampshade bead cap out of it. Okay? Which is not quite perfect yet, but we will tweak it once we get it on the bead. We'll be able to see a little better where we're going with this. So let's get it through the hole. Okay, there we go. Now that's too tight. I have to pull that out a little bit. Whoops, the bead came with it. What? That was so tight. I took the bead with it.
What was the millimeter of that bead again?
I don't know. I didn't check. It
sorry.
looks like maybe 18, 16, something like that. It's a
It's a nice size.
It's a bigger bead.
Yeah, but it's a nice size for those caps.
Yeah, I should have measured it first.
Oh, I should.
Eyeballing it, I would say 16, 18. There we go. We want it to stick out like that, like little wings. Okay? See, guys? All right, so now we can do, if you like the look of that, and you don't want that big fat top on it, and then take and hang your little danglies from the bottom like I did with this one here. Let me get my hand out again, you know. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and put those little danglies on. The way you do that is you take a jump ring, and I have actually 5 of them on there. Usually in jewelry making, you do things in odd numbers. I know at the top of that one piece I only did 2, but normally you do it 3s and 5s and 7s like that. You use usually 3s and 5s. Odd numbers give better balance. Okay, so now I've got 5 of them on there, and I'm going to go ahead and put it through here. And this is a little bit wonky, and it's all coming apart, but no problem. We'll just put that together. So I've got that on there. Okay, so now I've got my little dangly thing. I love that cherry red. I love red.
I love that red.
Yeah, I love red. And then put that on, and so now I could just do this. Finish it off, and have a really cute pod earring. But for the sake of the other one being different, I'm going to go ahead and put the tulip bead on it and make it a little bit bigger and chunkier. So I put that on there, and then I have this thing that looks like the top of a light bulb. Can you see that? I don't know how close up. Oh, it looks like top of a light bulb. These are really cool parts. We have lots of them at the website. Come and load up, get a bunch of them. Put that on there. And now I need a little finial bead, so another one of the more corrugated beads that I had. This one I'm going to do, and now I'm going to turn it, and I don't know if I'm going to have a lot of space to make a turned loop, but I'll do my best. Yeah, see, that kind of went crooked. What happened is it went crooked, see.
Dish.
This is what can go wrong. Well, I'm not going to worry about it for now. I just want to show you the basic premise of it, and then I'll fix that later because I can.
I was just looking in here and I saw Hobby's little bear, and it just made me laugh because I wasn't expecting to see it. I wasn't laughing at you. I didn't mean to be so.
Okay, whatever, I don't care. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, I think I used a longer piece of wire on that. Anyway, so this could actually affect the length of it. I'm going to have to redo this later, but I'm going to go ahead and finish it for now. So let me clip this off so that you see what they look like together. But I'm going to have to redo it later because there's a little issue with this. It should have been a little bit bigger piece of wire. Okay. All right.
Like, how big would you have made it?
Well, I have some head pins that are a little bit longer too.
Okay.
I might have got hold of a 2-inch one, and that wouldn't be good.
That usually
So
does.
then when I pulled up on it, it got goofy here. You see what happened? It got goofy. It wasn't quite long enough. See if I can pull it out just long enough to make a loop for you. and get it on a head pin. And then I'll worry about, you know, fixing it so it'd be something I would want to sell to somebody later. Okay, so now the next thing I need to do is I need to add another jump so that it'll hang right. A lot of times when you just go ahead and put it on the ear wire, it's not quite, doesn't give you quite the movement that you really, really want. So I usually put another jump ring, and now I'm going to close it. There we go. So this gives you a really good idea of different ideas. You could have quit here, or you could keep going. And this would actually make a really cool tassel.
I love it
for a necklace. It kind of has a Bollywood India type look to it.
Yeah.
So there's two different options with that. So I'll have to remember I have to go back and fix this one too, the same as I fixed the other one. Here's the last one. This is done with the polymer clay bead. And again, I need to have a spiraled loop on the end of my eye pin. And you know, we've done this together many, many times, but I guess this will just be of all the times we've been together, this is another one, right?
That's it.
Yeah. And I'll break the neck of that, pull that up. And this is so critical because it has a lot to do with how your last bead's going to hit there. Okay, so now again we're going to use one of these filigree caps. It's probably on the other page here. It's cap 03462. That goes right here in brass ox. Now here's my polymer clay bead that I made. That's really kind of big. That's at least 18 millimeter, might be bigger. I think I want that little swirl toward the top. Now, here's the deal on this. Did you know that these tulip beads can be pulled apart? Uh-huh. Look at that.
I don't think people realize that.
Yeah, they actually are made from a flat stamping that there's another process done to it and it's dapped out. So I pull that apart and I put that on, okay? Now I'm going to go ahead and finish it. So now I have an acorn cap.
Acorn cap is on the other side.
Yeah.
And I can shout it out or I'll point it
Yeah,
to you.
it's cap 03461. It's the brass ox acorn. And then I'm going to put a little spectre bead there. And then I have one of these really cutie-ootie little star beads. And I don't know if they got on there. It's probably on the second page. They're not there. Yeah, they're cap 08336.
And I like them too.
So see how that goes like that? Almost looks like a little flyaway dolly or something. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to wrap the top of that. Did I put another? No, I didn't. Okay, so I'm going to wrap the top of it. And in this case, I'm in good shape. I've got plenty to wrap. But we're not quite done because I have to show you what to do with these pieces that are sticking out. You could leave them that way, but if you do, it's going to bang into your face. It's not going to hang right. Or if you put it as a charm or something like that, it's going to catch on clothing. So this would not be, as cute as it is, like that, it would not be a good design. Because for wearing, it would not be a good design. Okay? So we have to fix this. So how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to start bending it back down. We're going to straighten this up. Straighten up.
Act right.
Straighten up, not right.
Don't make me come over there.
Don't make me come over there. Sácate tus manos de ahí. That means get your hands out of there. Javi knew that. She's probably been told that a few times. No? Maybe. I don't know. You were never bad. You never had to get hollered at, right?
No, you know that. Look at that innocent face. So I was interested to see how hard it would be to manipulate this.
So I bent it down.
Pliers out.
Mm-hmm. And I'm bending this
Not
down.
being afraid to just grab it and push it.
Yeah. I remember Juana, she used to always say, vas a ver, Juan, vas a ver. You're going to find out.
I like that.
Yeah, one of the things Jordan learned very young is how to get hollered at in Spanish. when you're a mom to a kid. Okay, so you can see I'm bending this all down. And I will continue to manipulate this a little bit later to get it down more, because you still have a little bit of an issue. Stuff could get caught up in there. But you get it down the best you can. And hey, the rest is art, right? Okay? Well, we got 2 more pods. Straighten that up a little bit. Straight up. Okay? And these can be made into earrings.
Charming.
Maybe I would put them on long kidney wires.
Lovely.
I think we're out of these on the site right now, but
There'll be more.
yeah. Or you may
That's
have
just why
you
you
may
gotta
have some
watch.
in your stash already. So
Yeah, we gotta be alert, watch what's coming and going.
yeah, because sometimes things come and go pretty quick at Bisa Boutique.
They do.
Okay, so let me get my hands out so you can see. Cute?
Yes.
Are those not cute? So now you learned 3 different ways to do pods. Let's line them all up in a row. Here's these. Here's these. And here's these. And we do have this clasp on the site too. I don't think I called it out to you.
It's not on. Oh, yes,
Yeah,
it
it
is.
is. Clasp 09642. It's got a lot of texture.
Very
So,
nice.
you know, so you got a lot of nice things to work with. Tulip beads and bead caps and filigree beads of all kinds. And everything in these earrings, except for these vintage beads and these little dingly-dangly beads, came from bisouboutiques.com, where
You have the good
we
stuff.
have the good stuff.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's some new ideas. Come over and see me. Grab a few things and get busy and
Now, we hope that
see
makes
what you come.
sense.
Come, yeah.
Some of
and-
those little things you see.
yeah, and come and join us at the Bisa Boutiques Creative Group. And if you like polymer clay and you really want to dig in and be part of a focused tutorial type project, this is going to be a smaller group. You can come and click on Bohemian Vibe at Facebook and see what we're doing there too. But come and visit us and come see us at bisouboutiques.com. And until next week, you have a lovely, lovely week. And thanks for putting up with me today.
Bye.